Why being a loner is better. A loner is a person described as not seeking out, actively avoiding, or failing to maintain interpersonal relationships. There are many potential causes for this solitude. Intentional causes include introversion, mysticism, spirituality, religion, or personal considerations. Unintentional causes involve high sensitivity or shyness. Multiple reported types of loners exist, and individuals meeting the criteria for being called loners often practice social interactions with other individuals, while displaying a variable degree of introversion, leading them to seek out periodic solitude. Loners tend to enjoy spending as much time on their own as they can, but they do have friends. It is not that they dislike people, they just have less of a need for peer acceptance than most. Someone who is a loner spends time by themselves, but that does not necessarily mean they are lonely. Their social interaction outside of work or school tends to be limited, though they can be charismatic and charming, albeit not necessarily a social butterfly. According to psychologist Jonathan Cheek, a professor of personality psychology at Wellesley College, loners want to be by themselves because they do not need acceptance. Some people simply have a low need for affiliation, says Cheek. There is a big subdivision between the loner by preference and the enforced loner. Those who choose the living room over the ballroom may have inherited their temperament. Or, a penchant for solitude could reflect a mix of innate tendencies and experiences, such as not having many friends as a child, or growing up in a family that values privacy. Many people choose to ignore their thoughts and emotions. Loners choose to embrace these feelings and become fully aware of them. Self-awareness is very important and difficult to achieve. Loners know themselves better than anyone else, and this allows them to understand those around them better. Everyone has periods of depressive and discouraging thoughts, but loners are able to navigate through them. Loners are amazingly strong-willed when tough situations come their way. They have incredible focus and willpower as a result of their frequent reflection and alone time. They can feel overwhelmed by stressful situations, but instead of getting caught up with distractions, they decide to spend some time alone and recharge. During this time, they devise solutions to their problems and ways to cope. Loners are more than aware of what their weaknesses and strengths are. However, they know there is always room to improve no matter how good they think they are doing. Regardless of being self-aware with these imperfections, they still hold their heads high to show others that it is okay to be confident with who you are. Loners understand that nobody is perfect. Knowing their weaknesses and strengths, loners know that no one is absolutely 100% perfect. We all have our own flaws and ways to improve. However, they know it is better to just go with the flow. They do what they feel is right for themselves and for others, and make sure they address each flaw within themselves with honesty and how they can improve on some of those imperfections. Loners are very courageous. You are a person who exudes confidence, and that confidence makes you extremely desirable to everyone else. There is a certain glow about your personality that brings out the best in others, and they look up to your courage with inspiration in their eyes. This goes hand in hand with you being one of the best role models because of how courageous you really are. There is not a single challenge or adversity that you will not face down yourself. Some people view loners in a negative context. However, some studies show that being a loner can lead to happiness for the individual and could actually be good for your health. Some people in this study experienced greater life satisfaction with less frequent interaction with their friends. Last but not least, loners tend to be smarter. Intelligent people seek solitude, especially when they have work and other important things to do. They also seek it when they just want to enjoy time alone with themselves. They're able to survive in this world alone and are perfectly happy because their happiness lies within themselves.